Hi everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura. We have Taz next door. She's saying hello. Right, this show we are looking at spring forward. Now, this was the first collection that actually launched on Carnation Crafts TV. This is absolutely beautiful. You've got so many. I'm going to tip this without knocking everything over, so you can see what you've got in there. You've got such a big die set here. It is a beautiful collection. We were doing it, mentioned this earlier with On It Egg. We are going to do a craft along later with them both together, and they do work perfectly together. But you can see you've got so much in here, so much versatility. I absolutely adore this watering can. Filled with joy. Look at that. Oh, Taz is saying it fills her with joy. Absolutely stunning. There's so many different ways again that you can use that. So much snippability, as we know, with Carnation, so you can really mix and match these up. I'm going to show you the boards so you can see exactly what it is that you get in every single one of them, because there's so much to look at. Look at these. I adore this strip. You can use it as a border. You can use it as a grounding element to build your scenes on top of. You can snip this in half as well and make it a larger border if you want to. Snip them up. You could use them individually as little elements as well. There's so many different ways you can use these. It's almost like a doily that's been matted with that strip in front of it. So you've almost got mat layers there already built in for you. But when you look at the die here, you can see you've got your snip lines there. So you can really easily snip into these. So much detail just in that die on its own. Then you've got your foliage. Now look at this, with that lovely arch there as well. Don't forget, you've got your mirrored vignettes as well, so you can flip this. You could make a wreath with it. There's so many different ways you can use this. And this one, you can build in those florals on top of that as well. Look, what's this one? Spring in blue. What flower is this, Taz? Come on, Taz. She's going to find out. She always tests me. Now I'm testing you. Look, and you don't know. She's going to find. Right, you've got your flora. Now you can see you've got your decoupage elements there as well. Build this up. You've also got the mat there as well, which is so important if we want to bring things to the forefront, or if you want to pop them behind, make those arches. You can absolutely do that with this one there. Look at this. Oh, so Taz just confidently went to tell me and then has pulled back. Bluebells. She's going with the bluebell. She's going bluebell. Now you've got your decoupage elements in there to build the bluebell up as well, so you can pop them in there. But how pretty is that just on its own? And again, you've got that movement in there with it, but mirrored vignette, you can have it go in the either way as well, so it works really well. Are these snowdrops? I think these are snowdrops, and Taz is saying that she thinks the other one was a what? Freesia. Taz is thinking this is a freesia. Somebody at home is shouting at the screen saying, this is this. So Taz is asking, please message in to let her know if she's right that this is a freesia. She said please about 10 times in my ear. She really wants confirmation. Right, we've got our snowdrops. You've got your decoupage elements again to build into these with that layer there behind it as well. And then look at this. It's a daffodil. I can't not know this one, can I? So you've got this absolutely stunning daffodil with that movement in there again. You can see you're going to be able to fit that in to so many different projects. It is a large floral on its own, so you could use that. 6.1 by 18.2 centimeters is the size of that. So that is a big flower that you could use. I'm just going to grab that quick. So you can see, even on that DL card, it is absolutely stunning, and you don't need to go in and add a lot to that. It is absolutely beautiful. And then we've got, now you've got your like trunks, place in nature. You can build these up. You've got almost like moss in there that you can build in to make beautiful scenes. Even just has them as grounding elements to pop on. They work so well. Taz just said it's that element that gets overlooked, and it really is. You really need those grounded elements sometimes to make your scenes work, and That is one you'll use. Think of, you know, Welcome to the Farm. Think of all of those other collections that you've got, Pleasant Pastures, that you can bring this into. They're grounding elements that are going to work with so many collections that you already have. Spring strings, this one is. So you can build this in. This looks like a handle to me. Like you could, it's almost like a beautiful handle, like a basket. You could wrap it around a candle. You could wrap it around the jug. Walk around. Yeah, it could go around the watering can. They work so well. I love with these as well. You can snip into them. So if you do want to move them, and I've got a demo, actually I've got a demo in the next show where I show you, you can really bend these and you can manipulate them to actually move. So if you do want them on a curve, they work really well. Daffodils built in too. Then look at that. Easter celebration. So you've got Happy Easter there and you've got the cross. Now that is just absolutely beautiful. You've got the eggs in there. You've got everything in there. And again, that is huge. That sentiment is, I'm just trying to see if we've got one with woman on. Have we got one? I got one with her. So that's your DL. Up to you. So this 14.8 by 5.8 centimeters. That is a big sentiment. Look at that. Just adding in that chick there, and you've got that sentiment there, which is just so pretty. Look at those eggs. Look at the detail just in those eggs. The shading. They look 3D, and you've already got the flowers built in behind them. It gives you everything. You've got your grass there. You've got that grounding element. You've got the forefront at the eggs, and then you've got the florals. Be everything there. It is absolutely beautiful. And then we've got little hatching. Look at him, and look at his leg. Now, I've seen some samples that I'm hoping we'll get to when we go through the samples, where the design team have actually cut into these. So it looks like eggs cracking, and then you can have the chick popping out of the egg. You can pop it next to it. You could just build up a card just with the egg on its own. It is absolutely stunning. If you did see our earlier show, these are going to work perfectly with that as well. It is just the cutest little chick. And again, think of Pleasant Pastures, Welcome to the Farm. These are going to work with that collection, those collections as well. Easter Bunny, I mean, do I need to say anything? He's so cute, and I mean, look at that. The detail in there is incredible. You've got all the detail here in the dies. The dies do all of the work for you, so you don't have to worry about absolutely anything. You've got the decoupage there for the bow to go in and decoupage this bow up, but look at the shading on this, on the Easter Bunny. It is absolutely incredible. Then we've got Filled with Joy, which absolutely stunning. Now, there's so many ways you can use this. And you know, does that look like a tankard? So many different ways that you can use this. You could put flowers in there as well to build up floral displays. Mother's Day's come in. Think of adding in those daffodils and using it like a vase, and then you can build up your floral display there, and that is going to be such a big card on its own. Use the matte and layer as the card base and build all those florals out of there. You've got You Fill Me With Joy, and you've got your mats and layers there as well to go in the center, so you can pop your sentiments on there. So that is everything that comes in the Spring Forward collection. It is on a special price for you today. So on that show price of $99.99 for you, you will get free P&P with that as well. But the price is going to go back up at midnight tonight. So if you want to grab that while it's on that show price, grab it before midnight tonight. Now, we have got one other die to show you. There you go. Banded Wreath die set. I mean, this is just absolutely glorious. You can use this with absolutely all of your dies. anything and everything will work with this. You can add florals in there. You could add any florals you have at home into this and it's going to work perfectly. You can use it just as a matte layer of a frame and pop things inside or on the outside of it and it's going to work. It is just one of those frames that is just, it's limitless. You're going to be able to use it with absolutely everything. You can cut into this as well and decoupage those up and it looks so 3D. Honestly, if you get this home, cut it out in the vignettes like this and you look at it, just the artwork of them going underneath, it looks so 3D and realistic. Now we have got that. The other thing that we do have on the show as well are our we've got the die as well. I'm just going to turn that around so you can see the size of it. Look at that. Such a big, really, really big die that you're getting there for $24.99. That is a big set that you get in there. But let me show you, the Perfect Papers is the only thing I would say to add in to this. If you saw the earlier show, these are the papers I was using in the earlier show. So that's where these have come from. But these are the papers that I'm going to be using in the show today as well. You get 48 sheets in there. It's all 300 GSM, so it is card weight. So you can use it for your mass and layers, use it for your card bases. It just works for absolutely everything. I'm a bit worried I'm going to knock everything over. There's so many. I don't even think we're going to get through all these samples by the whole show. But let's open a card, shall we? Look. You fill me with joy. How stunning. And look, you can see just adding that wreath in there just grounds where that little chick is. Look, cut into these daffodils, use them separately, use the decoupage elements on their own to build more florals into there. Adding in the snowdrops, it looks absolutely stunning. So Taz has just said she likes the Perfect Papers. Yeah, so using those matte layers for the center part, you can see they're using the Perfect Papers for that. Then we've got one here. Look. So look, you can see how they've cut out the egg. So it looks as if he's literally just popped out of there, ready to go. I love this ribbon. Oh, it looks like a girl. It looks pretty. We need a name. We need a name. We need a name. Taz has got Facebook and YouTube open. She's ready for your names. Oh, I think it's the only chick we've got, is it? Yeah, we don't have any. Oh no, and we've got the Easter rabbit, so we can have a name for the rabbit as well. No, no, I meant animals. So we got one there. How pretty. And that, that I feel could be for mail cards as well. Do you know if you've got a friend who likes gardener, yeah, got an allotment, retirement cards, great idea. They look absolutely perfect. Now look at him. Aww. Oh. I'll probably come across that now. Look at this. Look at that. Using those as borders. Who's done this? Tina's done this one for us. How pretty is that? And you can see how that sentiment is. It can just be all you need. Just adding that sentiment in itself. And the little chick is so adorable. Adding in there. We've got another one here. Look. He's there, and you can see how that log just grounds everything in for you. Oh, look at this one. So Fiona's done this one using that watering can as, do you know, that's all I've thought about all morning is chocolate eggs, and now I want some. And you can get them now. I think it was like the day after Christmas I went to the supermarket and there was just eggs everywhere. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So you can see that, look, so you can see how those logs have been brought in there as that grounding element. You've got the watering can in the background with the bunny there. You've even got the florals like in the back. It is just absolutely stunning, using the watering can as the card base. We've got another one here from Barbara. Look, same idea, but again, bringing the flowers into it. How stunning is this? Wait, no, go back. So I just went to grab another sample. As Taz was saying, she likes how the foliage is like growing out of sprout. That makes me think of a film. You know the film where the little plant is in the boot? You got no idea what I'm on about, do you? Yeah, the little robot and he's got the little plant in the boot. Yeah. Oh, what? Okay. Swiftly moving on. Now look at this. Who's done this? Janine. Using that stunning wreath, using those florals, that is just absolutely exquisite. This is such a pretty set. This wreath. And think about this card. Remove the florals. This wreath you're going to use for absolutely every Christmas is going to be absolutely perfect. There's any occasion you can bring into this, it's going to work for. You could make frames with this, make home decor items, make things with these. They're going to look absolutely stunning. I'm going to bring this one in because this one's even just done in white. But look how stunning that is. Look at all the detail, all the cut detail you get in those dies. The dies do absolutely all of that work for you. I mean, look. It works perfectly, doesn't it? Look at this one. Look at that. Oh, this is so pretty. Absolutely adorable. The wreath is just, to me, it's like a must. Get it in. Look at him, he's got a little hat. Oh, who's this one? Fiona's done this one. How stunning is this? So using the background papers, and then cutting down your white strip of cardstock and using the borders, those daffodils, down that border to go towards it, and then bring, oh look, they've even cut the little feet out. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh, look. Oh, right, let's get on with a demo. So we are going to start off with, we're going to start with a card base. So I've got my card, so I've used the outside mat and I've run through my die cutting machine and I've left that edge, so we've got our card base to start off with. So we're going to pop some glue on there and we're going to grab our papers. So you've got your creams, you've got your light and your dark green, which just work perfectly together. So that is going to sit on there. Linda's message saying good afternoon. Afternoon, Linda. Jane's watching. Joe's watching. Peter, Jill, Sharon, Jeanette. Taz is saying hello, and I'm saying hello, everybody. I hope you're all nice and warm watching, because it's cold out today. It's windy. It is windy. So I'm just going to add some foam on the back of here, and we're going to just raise this layer up a tiny bit. So we've gone in with the dark green from our perfect papers, and now we're going to go in with that lighter green. So this is just going to pop on there like that, and then we've got the lovely cream. So that is going to pop on there now. So I've got that green on the outside, so that's just going to frame this lovely. And we'll pop this on there. And then I've cut out this frame, and I've cut it out in the same cream because I'm going to stick that on because I don't want it really to be the focal point or anything. I just wanted a bit of detail in the background. So it's going to kind of give you like that faux embossed effect, and it's just going to blend in with the background. So it's not going to pull away from anything that we add to the front of the card. So this is just going to pop on there like so. So we're going to pop some glue on there. Taz just told me that this collection, so Taz told me it was the first collection that launched on Carnation TV. So this collection is 3 years, nearly 3 years old, which is amazing when you think of something like that, because even now, it's nothing that's just of the moment. It is something that is going to last you. Timeless classic collection, yeah. So that's just going to go on there now. So you can see how that just blends in, and it kind of gives me that faux embossed effect, and it just works really well. It's lovely, isn't it? Right, so we've got our card. And now, before I start doing everything else, because I will forget, I need to cut out the mat. So our sentiment, I've already got. So we've got our sentiment. So you can see that there. Now we need to cut out the mat for that to fit onto. So you can see that's just going to sit in there. So let's cut out our mat. Now this is the same cream that we've used for the card. So I'm just going to pop that on there. And we're going to run that through. And because I'm not taping it, it's obviously going to move, and I'm going to have to cut it again. I've said that now, so it's not going to do it because I've said it. That's how it works, okay? Right, so we're going to run that through. And then while that's running through, we're going to grab some of our flowers. Now I'm going to use the daffodil. Obviously I'm using the daffodil in there. Taz keeps telling me she's pretty sure that that is a freesia. I'm not going to lie to you, I've never heard of a freesia before. Am I okay to say that? So Taz has just told me that she wants you all to message in to let us know if this is a freesia. And has now just told me that she has a freesia tattooed on her arm because it's her mum's favourite flower. But she's not sure if that is a freesia or not. I mean, okay. I don't know. I know. Okay. Right, anyway. Right, so we're using the daffodil. Now, the daffodil, like we said, is a very large die. Now, what I've done with this, that would sit there like that, and then you have another bit there, like that. I've cut these down, so you can see how I've snipped into them. So, like I always say, there's always so much snippability with your carnation dies. So, we are going to build in some florals on here. So I want this one to kind of go that way, the bluebell, the freesia, the daffodil. She's very happy with herself now that she knows what they are. Right, I'm going to need that in a minute because I've got hardly anything left in here. Right, we're going to pop these down. So let's pop this one down first. Now I'm just going to add in some on the side where you're not going to see, because that is going to hang over the card like so, and then we're going to go in with our daffodil. Now you grab your ball tool, grab your mat, get some shape into these, add that dimension in. This is going to go like that, and I'm not worried about gluing this bit because I'm going to add more in there, so it's going to get glued down anyway. Then we're going to grab our freesia. You've got freesia in my head now, so if somebody turns around now and says that is not a freesia, it is going to be a free show. That's going to go there like that. And then, because this is going to sit there, so I want to add some more across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my egg, which is going to go there in the center. So I'm going to add that in first. So I can just place some things on top of that. So that is going to go under there, like that. And then let's open this. There. I genuinely didn't think that was going to come off. I was like, oh no, just stuck. Yeah, just me trying to open a tub of, do you know what? We've all been there. We all get stuck with glue and cardstock. I meant that. That was the best joke ever. Stuck with glue. I add a little bit on there. And then we're going to pop this one. So because I've cut into those daffodils now, I've got 3 elements that I can go in and move around. So I don't have to have it exactly how it was. So I've built up those florals there. And now we're going to go in with our sentiment. Now, before I stick that down, I need to stick the sentiment on top of there. So let's add some glue to our mat. And we're going to pop this down. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on these larger areas, so where those flowers and those eggs are. And again, with this, don't be afraid to go in and snip these bits out. You could snip into the eggs. I need some, you could snip those eggs away, snip the flowers away, and you could add in more with them as well. Or cut them out 2 or 3 times, go in and decoupage those eggs up as well. So lots of different ways that you could actually use this. So I'm just going to grab a bit of glue, and I'm not worried about I need to glue every single part of this down. I'm just going to go over a couple of those larger areas to glue this bit down, so you've got that support there for the sentiment. And just a bit up here, and then we're going to pop that on there like that. How pretty is that? That is just absolutely that could be a card on its own. You could cut the mat out again and that could absolutely be a card on its own. You've got so much depth there, just behind the eggs with the flowers behind. You've got your grounding element. You've got everything you need there. That it could be a card on its own. You could use, oh, do you know what I just thought? You could use it like as a part of a centerpiece, and you could have flowers behind it for like your Sunday dinner, your Easter Sunday meal. That could be like the centerpiece. You could have like that. Right, now this is going to sit at the bottom of our card like that. So I'm going to make sure that I only add, do you know what? I'm not going wrong. I'm going to add glue to my card. So that is going to sit there like so. So we've got that. So that grounds that whole thing. Now we're going in with our chick. Look. Oh, has she got any names yet? Oh. Petula? Is that what you just said? Petula? She is beautiful. Now, before I finish the card, we're going to go in and just add in all of your decoupage elements to really give that 3D effect to this, because you've got so much in you. But like I said, you do not have to worry about using these elements as 3D elements. You could quite easily go in, and I do this in some of the other demos, go in and add these in separately. You could use them on their own. You don't have to use them as elements to be used as decoupage. Add a little bit of glue in there. I've forgotten, I'm not even going to lie. A Fraser. It completely went out of my mind. It's a Fraser. I've never heard of a Fraser before. A Fraser. No. I'm on the start of my flower journey. I think before I started doing Carnation cards, I think I could only name you a rose, a daisy, a daffodil, a lily. Because yeah, it's probably about it. Right, so look, moving swiftly on. Look at that. It is just absolutely so, and you can see how easy they all work together. All of these florals, they effortlessly work together. You can just add one in, add two in, add three in, add more in, and they just work together. You don't have to go in and think about absolutely anything with these. The sentiment, but everything is from the Spring Forward collection, which is going to go up at midnight tonight. So if you do want to grab that, well, it's on that show price. It is at $99.99, which it is such a beautiful collection to be on that show price as well. And it is going to be one that you can mix and match in. I know we're talking about Easter. You've got the Easter sentiment on there. But you can use this for so many different occasions. Right. We're going to show you the samples. No, I've got to show you this sample first, because I walked in to the studio and this is what I seen, okay? The desk was clear and all I seen was, look at it! It was all I seen from Taz. She was like, this is so cute. How pretty. If you did a base like that, you could fill it up with those little eggs. Get a cellophane bag, fill it up with the little eggs and tie the bag. And then you've got like a little gift that you could give, full of little eggs with the bag. Aww. Easter egg hunt, it could be at the end. It's so cute. We do an Easter egg hunt every Easter. And I started doing it when my kids were small as a novelty. And now it is like, after Christmas, it is like the best thing. Like they can't wait for the Easter egg hunt, and it's like, oh no, why did I do this? Why did I do it? But it is so fun, and especially for memories. You know, even if you make scrapbook pages and things like that, these work so well. But what about sympathy card? How simple and elegant is that? It's just really clean, fresh, and is just exactly what you need it to be. It's really, really beautiful. And then we've got one here. So according to Taz, her name is Petula. Petula. We're going with Petula. It is growing on me, yeah. Petula. We have Petula and her watering can. And look how cute is he? Oh, I want another one next to him with the flower, like that one, with the flower. And it's just, oh, they're so cute. Oh, Taz just said these would be really good for new baby. That's a good idea. They would be good for new baby cards. The foliage you can see there, this is a prime example of having those mirrored vignettes, because you can have it going around. Now, and then we've got the wreath here. So if you're looking at this and thinking that's not in the picture over there, it's because this is a separate die that we've got. It is on the show, so you can grab it. It is $24.99, but this is that wreath. It is a big set that you've got there for $24.99. And look at that. Hang on. So this is your wreath. Look at that. So it is a large. Do you remember the size? Oh, we didn't say. But it is a. No. We'll have a look now. But you've got your two mason layers there. So that can be your card base, your mat. You've got that stunning wreath with the centre mason layers as well. Smaller mason layer for the centre part and a mason layer for the centre as well. So you could make smaller card sizes with that one or larger cards with that one like the one we showed you. 15.3 by 15.3 by 15.4. Yes. Centimeters is how big. Is that the frame or is that the mat? The outside layer is the size. Am I lagging for everybody or just you? Okay, let us know. Look at that. So bringing in your Frasers. Do you know the only way I can remember that is I think of the TV show. And then you've got the border there as well with the floral border in the almost like a doily border in there as well. Now I've got to show you this one because this is such a clean and elegant looking card. Look at that. I adore that. That is Sue has done that one for us, and that could Taz just said that's quite a masculine. That could easily be for male cards. Looks absolutely glorious. Just simple style with that. Then we have one here. Look at this. Barbara's done this one. Oh, I'll have to glue that bit back on. Look at that. So using the mat for the Happy Easter there with the daffodil going up the top. Look, you've got your little chick there poking his head out. That is just absolutely beautiful. So stunning, especially having it like that as a card shape on its own. Works so well. And then we have this one here. Look. This frame, honestly, if you can add that frame in, if you're getting the spring forward collection, it just, the frame, even on other collections, like we've said, Christmas, you could use this. You could make Halloween wreaths with that. You were just going to use that year round. You're going to use it absolutely year round. It is absolutely stunning. You've got your sentiment there again. You've got the border, your chick with his egg, and you've even got the border there at the top too. So I'm just going to grab something. We'll do this one. Right, so we are going to have another look at our spring. Oh, hang on. Bear with, I've just dropped. Yes, one sec. Something fell on the floor. They would not let me pick it up. Right, I'm back. I just completely disappeared under the counter. I should have just stayed there, not said anything, and see how long it took you to panic. Right, we're going in with our perfect papers. So we've got our card base, and then we're going in with our perfect papers. So we've got that really nice dark green colour to start off with. And then we're going to go in and do some master layers with those perfect papers, which I think are so lovely to go in now. I think I was saying in the earlier show, I think we're all ready for like spring now. We're ready for some, you know, to see some flowers. We want some fresh, you know, the sun to be shining, and I've had enough of like the dark nights and I just want some sun now. And we're going to pop that on there. So we've got the lighter green from the Perfect Papers again. You can use these. Don't forget, they are cardstock weight, so it is 300 GSM card weight. So you can use it for your card bases or die cut them, and they will die cut perfectly. They are smooth cardstock as well. So you could also run them through embossing folders, sand them back, and you'll get that lovely white detail come through. There's so much you can do with the Perfect Papers. So we're going to pop our light green from the cardstock onto there. So that's giving us that dark green in the background framing our card. And then we're going to go in with some white cardstock on there. So you've got that lovely frame ready for our card. So this is just going to go on there like so. So that's just going to pop down like that. So we've got our card, we've got that frame, we're ready to start going in and building up our scenes now. So let me just move that out of the way. To start with, we are going to go in with this. I love this. Just using it as a grounding element, as a border. It is absolutely so pretty. There's so much. Look at the detail in there. The die is giving you all of that detail. It's one of those that you look at it on the screen and you think, oh, that's pretty, that's detailed. But when you cut it at home, you really appreciate actually how much detail is in it. Look at that. You could use it as wraps. Oh, if you made something like that and you were doing it as gifts or little basket, you could use it as a wrap around, couldn't you? How pretty does that look? Or wrap around your cards, things like that. That is going to sit on the bottom like that. So that's just going to fit perfectly now along the bottom of our card. So that's going to go on there. And then we've got, look, a watering can. Now this one I've got two. So what I've done already is you can see now that's how it's going to come down. And I've gone in and cut elements off of it to give me that more of that 3D. So you've got kind of making your own decoupage kind of element with this. So I'm going to go in, pop some foam on here. So we're going to add this on to there. So this is just going to sit on there like that, and then you've almost got like that 3D effect then with these elements. So you can go in and snip which bits you want to snip away. And then we're going to add in the center part, which is going to go. And let's just add a bit of foam tape on the back of there. And we'll set this in. There. So we've got that there. So I've got my watering can, which is kind of the main element because it is the largest one. So I've got that ready. Now this is going to sit about there. No. Oh, Taz is saying she feels mother. Do you know what? It does look Mother's Day because that kind of gives me like doily vibes. Yeah, so it's like it is kind of swaying. So Taz is going Mother's Day. We'll see if you still feel Mother's Day by the end. I haven't got a clue when Mother's Day is. I'm not going to lie. Is it next month? Oh, Taz is going to have a look. I've no clue. 30th of March. There you go. Plenty of time to make the cards. Right, I'm just going to snip that bottom bit off. And this is just going to sit there like that. Oh, yes, it is. With the watering can. So Taz is saying if we cut that out in gold, it looks quite Roman. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like those, I don't know what they're called, the bits that would go on the bottom, isn't it? No. Oh, anyway. Alright. Thanks for that, Taz. Right. Let's... Oh, we're going to pop that there. Now we're going to pop in one of our logs, because we are going to add in some elements on top. So I want to almost ground everything. Like that needs to come up a little bit, so you don't see it. And that is going to go there like that. And I'm going to add in some moss. And this bit, for me, these logs and the natural elements are the elements that you don't realise how much you'll use, because you can match that in to so many things that you can bring those into. That's going to go there. I'm going to add another one there. No, you're not going to see all of that, so I'm just going to put some pin flare on the back of that one. Just going to go there like that. And then I'm going to add this in so I can see where else those other elements are going to go. So that is going to go there like that. We're going to add that behind there. And this to me is the enjoyable. This is where you lose yourself and you know, forget about everything for a bit, and you just have fun and play around with the composition of, you know, how you want to put things, where you want them to go, how you want it to look. Add in things, take things away, and just, this is the enjoyable bit of, like, you lose yourself in crafting when you get to, when you go into like this part of it. I'm going to add some moss there. So I'm just bringing in that like blue colour with the bit that's there already for you. Now I'm going to add my foliage in. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on the back of there, and I'm going to tuck that in there like that. And then we're going to pop this in. So I'm going to, yeah, you can see how big that die is, can't you? It's huge. Now I'm going to cut it down. And we're going to pop this in. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue to the bottom of that daffodil because we need it to stick to the card there like that. And then I'm going to flip that around. And we're going to pop that in as well, because you're not going to waste anything with this. You're going to add absolutely everything into it. Right, let me pull that off. This is just going to tuck in there like that. Stuck on something out there. And that's going to go there. That's going to go back there. And this is the perfect thing with pin flare. And then you pop that back on there like that. So we've got our one side done. Now this bit, we're going to add in, look, oh, so cute. Now what we're going to do is, I need to cut out a mat. We're going to pop our Happy Easter across there. So I need to cut out a mat for that super quickly. you think? Taz is saying she thinks we should leave it without the mat. I think it gets lost. Do you think? Okay, we're going with Taz. We're going with it. Nope, we're going. Right. We'll add in. We're gonna add that in there. I'm gonna add some more of the moss in there, which I adore. You can bring that in and it just makes it look so natural and really adds a lot of depth and dimension into it. And then that is gonna go about there. So we're gonna pop, what was her name again? Petula. Petula's gonna sit there like that. And then we're gonna, right, let's add some pin flare to this and make it stand up. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna try and get this curved. Like that. So if I hold that up. So if I just go like that. Oh, no, you stay there, look. Ah, happy Easter. Look. Oh, every element in this collection, it just effortlessly works. You can see bringing in the watering can, bringing in those florals, everything just works so effectively without even having to think about what it is that you actually use. Oh, I nearly dropped everything. Right, so even cutting that border down. So even if you don't want to use the whole border, you can see there, cutting that down, using it in the background. Bring those in. You've got the free backing papers on the website that you can download with this. So bring those in as well. Love that stamp there. Look at this. Home decor. Now you can see bringing in these are your borders. So those border dies from the collection. Right, so we've got the wreath. We've got the wreath, look. So this is your main focal point. You've got the wreath, which is what you're going to build up your mats and layers. You die cut out the wreath and you've got the wreath there. Then to decorate, you're using the decoupage from the florals. You're using the florals. These are the borders cut down. Those border strips cut down to build in. Look. Oh, there. Hang on. Right, so that border is them that have been cut down to use. I mean, how amazing is that? Look at this. This is Fiona. This card is stunning. That makes me think of like spring, clean, fresh, absolutely beautiful. Mother's Day, that could be absolutely anything. Taz just said it's making her want to do some spring cleaning, and me, it makes me just want to like throw everything out and just have a complete fresh start. I think that'd be easier, to be fair. Then we've got this one, look, we've got Tina made, using that watering can as the mat and layer. Make that car base, looks absolutely beautiful, with a little chick in there with those Lily of the Valleys. Look at that. Cut into the sentiment, look, if you don't want the whole size of the sentiment, cut into it and use the sentiment on its own, which looks stunning. Look at this, using that Easter rabbit with that border, adding the border strip. Oh, look at this one. Oh, look how pretty. Like you see, bringing bringing that in and using the border around. So, and this is a really nice way of showing, like I said, you can move this. It's got how it's been designed is you can actually maneuver it. So it doesn't have to be a straight line. You can bring it in to other elements. So you've got your floral with the wreath. Look. And again, cutting into that egg as well. So it looks as if he's hatching out of that egg. You got one there using those using those background papers, bringing those florals in. Then we have, look, using that wreath, bringing that in, just using it as a matte layer, bringing all those elements into it. Just looks so pretty. We've got oh wait, there, last one. Fiona made that one. Look at that. Bringing in all of those elements there into the corner and then adding the sentiment with that wreath in there to be used as an art picture. But so everything we have showed you, all the samples are from the Spring Forward collection that you can see there. Just going to tip that so you can see. Everything we've shown you is from that collection. It is on a show price for you of $99.99. You do get free UK P&P with that as well. So it is on that show price. Midnight tonight, it's going to go back up. So if you want to grab this, if you missed it, it's on that special price for you for today. We will be back at 2 o'clock. So if you missed the ornate egg from this morning, or you want to see some more of this, we're going to use a mix of the both of them in the next show. So go and grab a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and come back and see us at 2. Bye.